These are all the NZXT products I own. 2 H210 cases, a Z63 AIO, and an internal USB hub. To sweeten the deal, my first ever custom build was an NZXT H510. I'd like to think that I'm a moderate fan of NZXT, but I can understand if it comes off as more than that to you. I disagree with you the long way, but I definitely understand. So why even mention this? First, let me give you some context.
Who does he think he is? I just told you who I thought I was.
Ollie Oxen.
I just told you. That's who I think I am.
On December 21st, 2021, NZXT launched a partner program. Now, if you don't know, a partner program is where a company reaches out to micro and macro influencers, and in exchange for clout, said company is able to market more of its products to members of said influencers' communities. It's Gen Alpha marketing funneled through Gen Z and millennials. Now, despite a case that caught fire and sparked a global recall, NZXT does make some of the most beautifully designed hardware for gamers that money can buy. Now, NZXT offers 2 tiers of partnership. The first tier, called Level 1, provides the following: exclusive merch, a 3-month membership to SolarStream, which is a platform designed to teach people how to build a stream that you're proud of, automatic membership in the Epic Games' Supporter Creator Program, access to what I assume to be an exclusive partner Discord server with other creators who are in the program, a newsletter, and early access to NZXT products. The next tier, Level 2, includes a 6-month membership to SolarStream, the chance to have your content featured on NZXT's website, merch only available to Level 2 partners, a complete NZXT build kit, and sponsorship consideration. Now, NZXT does not explicitly mention what their criteria are as far as the required audience size, but rather that they are looking for partners who stream regularly, engage their communities, positively impact the gaming community, and maintain a strong following. Looking over at Epic's Supporter Creator Program, however, they get a bit more to the point and tell you straight up and down that you need at least 1,000 subscribers on either YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, or VK. What the f is VK? Apparently, VK is a Russian social media site. If NZXT's program is anything like their partnership with Epic's Supporter Creator Program, in addition to a brand-friendly image, you're going to need at least 1,000 subscribers on one of the platforms they're targeting for Level 1 and somewhere around 20,000 for Level 2. Could be more, could be less. But you need to provide some level of centralized influence to be considered for either of these. So, all that sounds good. Nothing to see here, right? Well, there was something to see. Of course, with every good opportunity comes the terms and conditions. Quick disclaimer, I'm not a lawyer. I'm a YouTuber with an opinion. Anything I say beyond this point is not legal advice and should not be mistaken as such. In the case of NZXT, their terms and conditions are pretty short compared to the ones I accept every time I update my phone or create a new account anywhere. One that stood out in particular was Section A under General Terms. Quote, you and NZXT are independent contractors, and nothing in these terms will be construed as establishing an employment or agency relationship between you and us. Basically,
I mean, it's like, I know y'all, but I don't know y'all, you know? I mean, we cool, but we ain't cool.
The literal program is called partner, but they're also saying we're not really partners. But what really seemed to ruffle a few feathers within the creator community was a since redacted clause regarding content licensing. In exchange for being an NZXT partner, you hereby grant NZXT a perpetual, non-exclusive, transferable, sub-licensable, irrevocable, worldwide, and royalty-free license to publish and display your content in whole or part in any medium for any business purposes. That's a pretty heavy clause. Let's break down some of the key phrases here. Hereby grant NZXT a perpetual, forever, non-exclusive, anybody else I rock with. Transferable, give it to anybody else. Sub-licensable, give it to anybody else and get paid for it. Irrevocable, no take backsies. Worldwide, wherever I feel like it. Royalty free, if I could pay you less than nothing, I would. Licensed to publish and display your content in whole or part in any medium for any business purpose. Now, if we're talking about the content generated only from products provided to those creators by NZXT, I guess that clause wouldn't hit as hard, but given that the sentence only says your content, it can be assumed that they mean all your content, and that's a bit much. Not to be whatever, but between Google, Amazon, and ByteDance alone, nothing is really stopping them from using your content anyway, if they really wanted to. Simply because any of your content on these platforms is already licensed to other companies. And a few emails and contracts later, NZXT could have whatever they're looking for. Extremely unlikely, but there is room for this to be the case. If we take a look at the terms and conditions of some of the top social media sites, including the one you're watching this on, they all contain some variation of the same clause. But to avoid what could potentially become a stain on the program before they even onboard their first participants, in a show of good faith, NZXT removed the clause stating that they, quote, missed the mark. Good move on their part. This partnership program is basically clout in exchange for NZXT merch, a free computer if you have a big enough following, and maybe a chance to get paid. For some creators, this is a perfect situation. If you're savvy enough, it could 100% be to your benefit, but that's a determination that you have to make for yourself. For a channel like mine, at this point, it seems like a perfect situation. Which brings me back to these boxes. I buy a lot of PC hardware related stuff, and I am by no means under any legal obligation to give any opinion other than my own. Despite the redacted clause, I applied to be a part of the program. I have no clue if I'll be accepted. It's basically been a week and they hit me with, "Hey yo, my bad, I got your text. I'm gonna call you back." And whether they call me back with good news or not, I applied so that I can bring you more content. And it would be dope to be able to say NZXT partner when I inevitably approach other brands to bring you more content. I am an NZXT customer and I appreciate their design language, but my channel is fully owned by me, and I'm owned only by what I think of myself, not a company. I don't want potentially this partnership or any partnership that may occur on this channel in the future to be connected with shilling or anything else nefarious. If I show you something, it's because I think it's worth your consideration. I realize this means nothing to internet group thought at large, but at least it's been said on my part. Eventually, we'll get to the point where we don't have to ask, and they just show up. But until then, if you want to support directly and help the growth of our community and this channel, consider subscribing to my Patreon page. I give you a look behind the curtains of how we make all this possible, exclusive access to the Discord server, discounts at our online store, and more. Check the link in the description for more information. I also have a brand new online store, orisha.tech, where you can find overlays for your 8064 stat monitor. We're working hard to bring more inventory, so get subscribed so you don't miss what's coming. And that's it. I appreciate you coming through. If you can't do great things, do small things in a great way.